What can you expect for the GTA real estate market in 2023? Do you think prices are going to go up, or do you think we're going to see a huge crash in home prices? The Toronto Real Estate Board puts out a prediction every single year of what they think is going to happen in the market in the coming year, and they're usually pretty spot on with that stuff. And if you've been following the traditional news media, you might have a skewed perspective of what's going to happen in 2023. So if you're planning to buy or sell a house in 2023, you're definitely going to want to stick around and watch this video so you can see where the market is heading and keep yourself informed so you can make the best decision for you and your family. What's up, everyone? It's Vazquez here. If you don't know who I am, I'm a real estate agent with years of experience helping clients buy and sell properties in the GTA. If you have any questions at all, or if you are thinking of making a move this year, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. And if you are looking to move, help you make that move a smooth and successful one. You can call me, text me, email me, or book a one-on-one call with me. The link is in the description below. Now, before we get into all this great information, if you find this video valuable for you, if you learned something new, please just hit that like button. It does seriously help me out. Also, if you want to keep yourself informed on everything that's going on in the real estate market, please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, with all that housekeeping out of the way, let's jump into everything you can expect to see in the Toronto market in 2023. As I've already mentioned, the Toronto Real Estate Board puts out these reports every single year of what they are expecting to happen over the coming year. Obviously, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen, but there's a lot of research that goes into these reports, so it does give us a good baseline of what we can expect. If you want to get access to that specific report that they put out, just send me an email and I can forward that to you. It looks like 2023 will be a year of two halves. So the first half of 2023 looks like it'll be pretty similar to how 2022 ended, with the market slowing down and home prices coming down. This is expected to continue for the first half of 2023 due to the lingering effects of the higher interest rates and also the uncertainty in the economy. But in the second half of 2023, we can expect to see things start to pick up pretty substantially. Recent polling has suggested that buying intentions are starting to pick up. This just means that we can expect to see an increase in the demand for home ownership, which is spurred on by the fact that fixed mortgage rates are dropping, a resilient labor market, and also record levels of immigration. So this is going to lead to tighter market conditions in the second half of 2023. And we're going to break all of that down right now. Looking specifically at the market, we can expect to see about 70,000 sales by the end of the year. Sales are expected to start out pretty low at the beginning of the year, but as the year progresses, they will pick up and we'll start to see greater increases in the month-to-month difference in the number of sales as the year goes on. But at the end of the year, the total number of sales should be about 7% lower than what we saw in 2022. The average selling price for the GTA as a whole is expected to reach about $1.14 million for all home types combined by the end of 2023. This number will be up compared to the average prices in the second half of 2022 when the market already started correcting. But if we look at it on a year-over-year basis, the number will be 4% lower than 2022. So similar to sales, home prices are expected to stay pretty flat for the first half of 2023, which is similar to the trends that we've been seeing since August of last year. But towards the second half of the year, we can definitely expect to see competition between buyers increase, which will put an upward pressure on home prices. So home prices are expected to start going back up towards the later half of 2023. And we are expected to see the more affordable market segments, so like your condos, your condo townhomes, and your townhomes, we're expected to see those have bigger increases in price throughout the year. And believe it or not, we're actually starting to see that happening in the market already. Multiple offers are starting to creep back into the market, and the lower priced homes are starting to inch back up in price. There's a lot more competition for them right now. At least that's what we saw at the end of January and into February. Now let's look at some polling data that the Toronto Real Estate Board did. This gives us an idea of the intentions of buyers and sellers in the GTA, gives us an idea of how they're feeling, and it helps us paint a picture of what we can expect to happen throughout 2023. Based on those polling results, 28% of respondents said they would consider buying a house in 2023. That number is up 2% compared to the polling results of 2022. And out of that pool of buyers who responded saying that they were going to buy in 2023, the number of first-time home buyers is up as well. The number of first-time home buyers intending to buy a home in 2023 is 46%, which is up 7% from last year. So overall, it looks like the intentions of buyers are higher this year than they were last year, which really does support the idea that demand will be higher, especially towards the later half of 2023. And in the case of the 7% increase for first-time home buyers, this does support the idea that the more affordable market segment will see more competition and greater price increases throughout the year as those buyers are competing for the limited amount of supply. Now, speaking of supply, we are expected to continue seeing low levels of inventory on the market. Now, the Toronto Real Estate Board is predicting this economic downturn to be pretty brief and shallow, so not a very long recession, and because of that, they're not expecting a lot of people to be panic selling. And unfortunately, if there isn't a flood of listings on the market and buyers start coming back, so demand starts increasing, we are going to see greater competition, market conditions are going to tighten, and prices are going to go up. So inventory levels are expected to remain at near historic lows for 2023, but it's not all bad news. There is some good news here. The polling data does show us that the share of homeowners who may be willing to list this year increased to 39%, which is up 4% from last year. Out of those respondents who said they were going to list their house this year, listing intentions for townhomes was up compared to 2022. When we look at semis and condos, it was pretty similar to 2022. And then when we look at detached homes, listing intentions are down compared to 2022. So this really suggests two things that we might see throughout the year. So number one is we might see an uptick in the number of listings in the more affordable market segments, which is actually a good thing because it seems that a lot of the home buyers are probably going to be looking at those home types. But on the other hand, as demand increases throughout the year, we can expect to see tighter market conditions for the detached market just because there's not expected to be as many listings going on the market. So the detached market might get pretty hot and prices might start jumping like crazy there. So we'll just have to see how things play out. It does look like there will be another year of low inventory, and inevitably as competition increases, we will probably be seeing prices start to go back up again. Now let's take a look at some broader economic trends that will impact the real estate market in 2023. And the big one, of course, is interest rates. We all know interest rates went up really quickly throughout 2022 to battle inflation. Now, the consensus view is that by the end of 2023, inflation will be around 2 to 3%. And because of that, the Bank of Canada has pretty much announced that they're going to put a hold on raising rates for now. Obviously, that can change based on things that happen in the economy, but for now, it looks like they're going to hold the interest rates where they are, so we shouldn't be seeing any more increases in that. Another thing that we started to see happen is that fixed mortgage rates have already started to drop, and they are expected to continue dropping throughout the year. The Toronto Real Estate Board expects a drop of about 0.5% in fixed mortgage rates by the end of 2023. Of course, this isn't a guarantee, this is just what they're expecting to see happen. And of course, if things take a turn for the worse with the economy, where we see a greater recession than we were anticipating, the Bank of Canada is probably just going to drop interest rates again because that's what they tend to do whenever there is some sort of crisis. All of this is just to say that if borrowing costs start to trend lower, this will be beneficial for would-be homeowners, and a lot of people who are waiting on the sidelines are probably going to start jumping back into the market and starting to buy. And of course, if that happens, then that does support the prediction that things will pick up towards the second half of 2023. And like I said, we are already starting to see an increase in market activity compared to the end of 2022. So these things might happen sooner than the Toronto Real Estate Board is predicting. Now, moving on to another huge economic driver for the real estate market, and that is immigration. Immigration is a key long-term driver in housing demand in the GTA, and that is going to continue for years to come. The federal government has set really high targets for immigration over the next 3 years. They're expecting to be bringing in about 500,000 immigrants every year into Canada over the next 3 years. And a good chunk of them are going to move into the GTA, and they're all going to need a place to live. Now, of course, a lot of the people that are going to be moving here are going to rent first, and we are going to touch on renting in a second. But recent polling suggests that a lot of the people that do move to the GTA do have a strong desire to buy a home. And a good chunk of the people moving to the GTA will actually have the capabilities to buy. With the current limited supply problem, it's really easy to see why home prices would start increasing based on the supply and demand factors there. Now, if you've heard anything about the renting problem in the GTA, you'll know that rent rates have skyrocketed. And a big reason why this happened is because a lot of the people who would have bought a home are unable to because interest rates went up so much, and they're forced to look at renting as an option because they can't buy anything decent. This increase in the pool of renters has put a huge strain on the rental market because there's just simply not enough supply of rental housing available. And that is why rental rates have gone up so much. This problem is expected to continue getting worse throughout the year. As more and more immigrants come to the GTA over the next few years, most of them are probably going to be renting before they buy. So that's just going to add to that pool of renters and make the problem worse. Rental prices are probably going to keep going up pretty pretty dramatically. So we're expecting a lot of competition in the rental market, with prices increasing by double digits on a year-over-year basis and vacancy rates dropping a lot. With that being said, it may be a really good time to think about buying an investment property because rents will probably keep increasing and the market has pretty much bottomed out right now. I do think there is a really good opportunity to buy an investment property, take advantage of the appreciation that we're expected to see this year, while still getting a pretty good return because rent rates have gone up so much over the last year. So if you are thinking of buying a rental property this year, please reach out to me. We can discuss your options and see what kind of return you can expect to get based on where you're looking to buy. And of course, if you're looking to buy or sell a house in the GTA, please feel free to reach out to me as well if you have any questions at all. If you just want to talk about what you're thinking about doing, we can run through everything together and help you make the best decision for you and your family. So just reach out to me. You can call me, text me, email me, or book a one-on-one call with me. The link is in the description below. I'd love to hear from you. So that's the Toronto Real Estate Board's outlook for 2023 in a nutshell. What do you think is gonna happen? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you learned something new with today's video. If you found some value in it, please just hit that like button. I would seriously appreciate it. It does really help me out. Also, if you want to keep yourself informed on everything that's going on in the real estate market and the Greater Toronto Area in general, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to see the full report that the Toronto Real Estate Board put out, please send me an email and I'll forward that to you, no problem. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a great week and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.